I'm here in the Golan Heights, my friends, and if you've ever been here, it's totally empty. There's almost no one here in the Golan Heights since I own it. You know, my dear friends, they don't fool around with a tankist. The person is very well trained because it's known that the tanks usually go to the front lines. They usually fight far ahead of many of the others. And so it is with Kabbalah. We're here learning the series on Kabbalah. And all of you want to go and take to the front lines. And some of you are not prepared for battle. You haven't trained yourself. You haven't learned, as we spoke about in the previous lessons, you haven't learned the basics. You haven't put on your warrior coat. You haven't bought a bulletproof vest. And yet you want to go to the front lines. So I have to warn you something about Kabbalah. You see, when a person delves into the Kabbalah, immediately they draw more attention to themselves from the other armies. That's right. The other armies see a big tankist like this. They see the big tanker. They realize this guy means business. Because they come back with him meaning business as well. That's right. If you're going to jump into the realms of Kabbalah, you're drawing attention to yourself from the Satan and the Klipa. That's right. It wants to attach itself to you even more so than before. So if you haven't handled your business beforehand, if you haven't trained yourself, you could get into a lot of trouble. Because you have to be prepared for more of a battle. People think they're just going to walk into the spiritual realms and they're going to walk into the borderline with Syria and nothing's going to happen. They're not going to have to battle all the more. They're not going to have to be prepared for war. When you enter the realm in your life where you're starting to learn Jewish meditation and Kabbalah, you have to be ready. Be ready for a battle with the Yetzer Hara, with yourself. A stronger battle than you ever had to face before. And so, these men are prepared, and you have to be prepared. And so, when they train the armies, you know, one of the things they look at in all the people is they see which person is really ready. And they look at all the guys, you know, he has a nice shot, but you know what? He's scared. I don't see him being fearless. We're not putting him out to battle. So my friends, the same thing with Kabbalah. If you fear the Satan, if you fear the Yetzer Hara, then you give it more power. You give it control. You can't go out there in the tank fearing the enemy. You have to be strong. You have to know that you're invisible and that you're bittul. You're bittul in the light of Hashem. Totally humilified. And when you enter without any fear, totally humility before Hashem, then you're a prepared person that knows how to use strategies instead of running around with fears. When I learned the Zohar, Parshas Bereshis, I used to have nightmares. So great was my fear, I was terrified. And people want to go into this. They want to go into this thinking they're not going to be terrified. You're going to be terrified. Therefore, you have to know what you're going into. You have to know yourself. You have to be prepared. You have to be a strong soldier. You have to work on these aspects. That when you go into a tight place, an elevator, and if the elevator were to shut off in the middle, you could handle yourself. You could be stuck there for hours, hanging from a tree, hanging upside down, and you would have emunah in Hashem, and you trust in Hashem, and you wouldn't fear. And if you had a knife pointed to your neck, which I've had as a boy, you wouldn't fear. If you had a gun pointed to you, you would have emunah in Hashem. This is how you have to be prepared to learn the Kabbalah. This is how you have to be prepared in your life, because you don't realize, you have to realize the soldier is trained, he realizes his commander teaches him, he says, you can't have fear. You have to realize when you go out to battle, it's not playing around like you were playing around before, learning the Rambam, light stuff, Mishnah Torah. This is not the same thing anymore. This is the real field. This is out there to battle with the klipa, because here you are. You can bring the greatest tikkunim in the world, elevating all the sparks. And so therefore, that the enemy knows that. He knows this person is now a walking Kabbalist. He's a walking magnet for Shefa, for the whole Klal Yisrael. You think he's going to just let you walk around? No, you have to put on the bulletproof vest. You have to put on the tzitzis, the kippah. You have to put on the sheitel if you're supposed to wear a sheitel. You have to put on the right garments. And then you walk around prepared for battle, prepared to win with strategy. We're on tank number 814720. My friends, another thing you have to realize when you go out to this war of elevating the klipa, bringing tikkunim to the world, you have to realize that when the tankist goes out, he doesn't go alone. That's right. Peretz, or whoever the current guy is, that's Hashem Yerachem, trying to defend Klal Yisrael, whoever he is. When he goes out, he doesn't send one tankist. He sends a couple tankists. And he sends troops along with him. That's right. And he sends them together because part of the strategy of the team of, I forgot what they call it, quadrant, is that they have to work together. It's togetherness. And if you go into Kabbalah, you go into these things and you don't realize that it's not about you, that you don't take your tank out alone, that you have to worry about everyone around you. Everyone around you. And your team with the rest of Klal Yisrael. Only when you reach that point can you do the proper rectifications. May Hashem protect us from wars. The only war should be the war of Mashiach, and it should go much more easier than Chazal teach us. May the Lubavitch Rebbe, Shner Zalman Shlita, Shner Zalman Zecher Zayik Lebracha, may Hashem have an Aliyah in Shemayim. This is your side today. And he understood that you go to battle with a lot of people. And he spread his wings. He spread his army. Sivas Hashem. He spread his army throughout the entire world. And the cars are passing by, looking at me and laughing. You know, these things aren't as intimidating as I thought. I mean, it's all those G.I. Joe figures as a kid.